We'll be able to hear you, though. Just not see.
I need that right now. Okay, Travis, stop. Can y'all hear me? Do I have to hold it so y'all can hear me? No, I'm not. Okay, so I wouldn't be up here if it wasn't for Travis. Thank you, Travis. I should have just took a pie in the face, but I had to be a little stubborn. So, like it's been stewing and stewing, and I'm like, Lord, I don't really want to do this. I don't really want to do this. But I agreed to do it, so I'm going to do it. Well, he hadn't really given me anything specific, but other than a little bit of my testimony. And y'all got to pray for me because my throat's going to go. Sandy, could you please stand up and pray over the message tonight? Thank you. This is probably going to be really short. Mary, she has a testimony where she has an awesome testimony where she was rose from practically the dead. Well, kind of the same thing happened to me when I was about 5 years old. We lived in California, and I was 5. It was like June 1980, I think it was. My mom could tell you if she was here. But my little sister had gotten sick, and my mom had laryngitis. And my mom was taking my little sister to the doctor, and I had this little Hot Wheels. Y'all know what the Hot Wheels is? It's the big wheel in the front, the 2 big wheels in the back. And I don't remember where my stepdad was. He was working or something. But she was taking my little sister to the doctor. And so I was going to go across the street and play with my little friend named Todd. I still remember his name. Never forget his name. And I guess my mom had cleared it with her mom that she was going to watch me until, she got my little sister and her got back from the doctor. And so my mom said that they were getting in the car, and she looked both ways, and I come out in front of the truck, which our truck, my mom was putting my little sister in, and this guy came like around the corner. And just as I got in the middle of the road, he ran over me. And I didn't think it was going to be this hard. Well, my mom couldn't holler. I guess my stepdad was there because he was the one that got the guy to stop. And my mom was trying to scream, and she was panicking, and I was like underneath the car, and he was dragging me underneath the front of the car. And the only thing that stopped the car from running over my head was that Hot Wheels big back wheel. Well, they called the ambulance, and everybody came, and my mom said that it took them 45 minutes to get me out from underneath the car because my body was kind of mangled up around the underneath of the car in the Hot Wheel. And she said that, and it's kind of graphic, that I was bleeding from every part of my head. And she said that she could not see any part of my face, just blood. I had blood coming out my ears, my nose, my mouth. She said she thought I was dead. Well, they got me out and put me in an ambulance, and I believe she said I coded twice on the way to the hospital in the back of the ambulance because they had to stop. And once they got me to the hospital, she said they worked on me 45 minutes. And finally, they got me stable enough, but they come out and they handed her my bloody clothes that they had cut off me. And they told her I probably wouldn't make it through the night. And she said she just started praying, Lord, don't take my child. So they told her that I was in a coma, not an induced coma. I was literally in a coma. I had so much trauma to my brain. My brain was swelling. And so I was in a coma for 21 days and nights. But while I was in this coma, she said that I had crossed over into heaven. Because one night she was sitting by my bed and a nurse came in to check on me. And she said I started talking. And I started saying, Dad, help me catch the butterfly. Help me catch this beautiful butterfly. It's so pretty up here. I want you to come up here and help me catch this butterfly. And she said that I was describing the place that I was in as the grass was so green, the flowers were just brilliantly beautiful, and just like this butterfly, I wanted this butterfly. And she said that, my mom said she started crying. And the nurse told her that I had crossed over into heaven, and I was showing her what heaven looked like in a child's sight. And so, my mom said she prayed and the nurse prayed. And after a while, they told her that if I did wake up, I would probably have brain damage. And that I would probably be paralyzed in a vegetative state the rest of my life. Well, you see today, I'm neither. And it's all because the prayers that went up through that nurse and my mom and everybody else who was praying. But I woke up and I did have to go through some physical therapy to learn how to hold a pencil, to walk, because my body was so weak from being, I was in a coma for 21 days. And I do have some scars that, I have a scar where they dug gravel out of my head right here, a permanent bump from and I didn't have any broken bones from the trauma to my body except for a fractured skull behind my left ear. And I just thank God he didn't take me. Because I know that was for a reason, and that has touched somebody's life. I know it has. But, I just thank God that I'm here today, and he didn't take me, and I don't know, maybe that helps somebody to, I don't know why I don't remember this things. Sometimes God just doesn't reveal things to you, but he does to others for a reason. He works through us, even though we don't know he's working through us, to, get to somebody else's life or wake them up or, something. But anyways, that's all I have.
Good word, sister. You know, I do not believe God makes any mistakes. You know, no matter how long or how short, I believe God's message comes through right at the right time. That's such a touching story, you know, because anybody that knows me knows that I care deeply about the little kids. You know, and I was kind of like Dawn as far as reading and comprehension and stuff. I pick something up and I start reading, and before you know it, and even whenever I do read it, I don't retain it. It is so hard for me to learn something by reading it. I'm one of the hands-on people. I have to get in there and get dirty in order to learn and remember. And I can hold in one hand all the books I have read from front to cover in my lifetime. But one I just could not put down is Heaven is Real, about the little boy that died and went to heaven. That was one I almost read cover to cover in one day. And I know it's not a very big book, but for me that was a very big deal. God is on time all the time. And it's somebody needed to hear that tonight. It's no mistake that this was your night, because there's been a time or two we've worked on getting you a night, and God had a message for somebody with your testimony tonight, ma'am. I don't want to miss a night of opening the altar.